Recording in progress.
We're set. Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bogota Board of Education regular meeting, August 31st, 2021 at 7 p.m. Being run hybrid. Would you all please stand for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Bogota Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Bogota Borough Hall, communicated by letter to the record, filed with the clerk of the Borough of Bogota, and posted on the Bogota Board of Education website. Irfan, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Alvarez,
Present.
Mrs. Coles,
Here.
Mrs. Lewis, absent. Mr. Miranda,
Here.
Ms. Montgomery, absent. Mr. Ortega, absent. Ms. Rackett,
Present.
Mr. Chavez.
Here.
Mrs. Van Buren.
Present.
We have quorum.
Thank you. Also present, Mr. Kennedy, Superintendent, Mr. Sukas, our Attorney, Mr. Efsel, School Business Administrator and Board Secretary, and Ms. Ruiz, our Assistant Board Secretary. All right, may I have a motion, please, to open to citizens' comments on agenda items only?
Motion, Coles.
Second,
Thank
Miranda.
you. All righty, any discussion? All righty, this is on agenda items only. If anyone has any questions, if you are putting them in the Q&A or asking the question publicly, you need to state your name and address, please. Yeah. Any questions? Do you see any, Damien?
I do not see anything at this moment.
All right, with no one coming forward, may I have a motion to close citizens' comments?
Motion, Coles.
Thank you. Second?
Chavez.
Thank you. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Did I miss that the first time around? All right, going on to the superintendent's report. Mr. Kennedy.
Just open the door or take us in this spot. Okay, welcome everyone. Obviously, the school year is upon us. Today, we had new staff orientation. Tomorrow, all faculty and staff will report for 2 days of PD as we prepare for students on Friday. Murphy has issued 2 executive orders that will affect the beginning of the school year. One is the face covering by anyone in the school building, regardless if they're vaccinated or not. Also requiring all staff and employees to get vaccinated or submit to weekly testing. So that will be due on October 18th for any staff or employees that will start having to get tested weekly and submit that test. We had a very busy summer. One of the biggest projects we had in a long time was opening up the middle school. Smart panels, Wi-Fi, phone system, bells were all installed. Classrooms were painted, hallways cleaned, new signs, lockers are being installed this weekend. They'll be delivered. We had a delay on a couple of different things. Signs have been coming in and been placed up. But we hope to get the public in there. I know some board members have walked it and we're impressed of how far we have come. But kudos to our building ground supervisor, Nick, and Dr. Alfonso for working tirelessly. Also, the middle school staff was in and out all summer. Teachers were in and out getting their rooms ready. So great job by them. We had roof restorations completed in the 2 elementary schools and the high school, and the chimneys were repointed at Bixby and Steen. Ended up being big projects because the chimneys have not been touched in a long time. And after they opened them up, we had some major problems in there. So we did a good job getting in there, and we had to fix a little bit more on the inside as well. The asbestos abatement was completed. The old boilers were removed from the high school. The new framework is outside and being installed as we speak and assembled. And we should be going for October 15th with our boilers. New doors were installed in the high school throughout the building. That was part of the COPS grant. We are also very excited to welcome back our students on Friday. Doors will open at 7:30 for breakfast. Breakfast and lunch will be free to all students this year. So anyone that would like breakfast or lunch will have the opportunity to get that for free this year. We will have a single session on Friday. We will resume full day classes on Tuesday after the holiday weekend. We are working with our staff right now to try to bridge the gap before our aftercare program starts with Alpha Best. So we're going to try and help out some parents. So look for an email tomorrow. We're working with our staff to see who will be available for those first 2 weeks to stick around and help out parents that desperately need it. We will continue to work with the health department. Again, if in July we thought that we were done with the pandemic, obviously it's come back and we are paying attention to it closely, working very closely with our health department and following our guidelines. And we're just excited to get kids back in. We had orientations for 6th and 7th grade and 8th grade. Kids were very happy to be back in the building. So we're going to be happy to be back in the buildings with them. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much.
Kathy, I have a question.
Yes, please. Lisa.
The breakfast and the lunch, do the parents have to let you know if their child will be taking them, or are they just going to make an abundance of it?
I guess that's going to be when they start out the school year, how many kids come in for lunch, breakfast in the morning. So it'll be similar to what we were doing last year, giving out breakfast and lunch every day for free.
Here
But
too?
yeah, it's free to everyone. That's part of federal
Oh, okay.
that we got. So for
Wow.
everybody will be free this year that wants it. You don't have to have it, but if
Right.
you want it.
Oh, okay, great.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent.
Anyone else?
Oh, I did have one more, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Update on the temple. I meant to ask you.
Ah,
It's still in DOE hands, so we're literally waiting for them. Everything's been backed up, so we kind of pushed the middle school through a lot faster, but everything that we could possibly do is done. All our reports, everything has been submitted. It comes down to reviewers in Trenton, and apparently there's a lack of them right now.
Okay.
So, but we're still waiting on that, but right, there's nothing else really from our end that we can do.
I saw the sign down, so finally down.
Today we received another email in the hope that it is coming soon.
Okay, great. Okay.
I had a
Right.
question. So the aftercare document that went out indicated that those with free and reduced would have 100% discount. With the district being free, does that apply to all?
No, they would still
They
have
still
to
have to fill out
apply
the
to
form.
get
Okay.
to be considered. So that kind of skewed our numbers last year because breakfast and lunch were free. A lot of people didn't fill it out. So we're hoping that people will fill out more. We try to push that every year because that does affect some funding that we get. So we try to push that out as much as possible.
anyone else? No? All right, then if we can move on to the minutes. We have approval of the following minutes. June 8th, the, excuse me, work session action meeting, open and closed. June 15th, regular meeting, open and closed. June 30th, special virtual meeting, open and closed. And July 29th, special meeting, open and closed. May I have a motion, please?
Motion, Lisa?
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Who was the second? We have that. Thank you. Discussion?
I need to remind you, I wasn't here for the 30th.
June 30th? Okay. So you can abstain on that one. Anyone else? All right, Irfin, would you call the roll, please?
Alvarez,
Yeah.
Mrs. Coles,
The only thing June 30th, the special virtual meeting closed session. I opened the meeting, but then I had to leave. So I left before we went in. I opened it because we needed enough people to open it. And I left.
Right.
we indicated them.
Yes. All right. And then I was here for no, June 29th, I was not here. July 29th, I'm sorry.
Mr. Miranda,
Yes.
Ms. Reckett,
All but June 30th. Yes.
sorry, Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Mr. Chavez,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Buren.
Yes,
Motion carried.
thank you. All right, moving on to policy. We have items number 8/13/2101 through 8/13/2117. May I have a motion, please?
Motion Chavez.
Second Ortega.
All right, this is just on the first reading, so this is not. There you go.
Wait, Kath, before
Any-
we start, Kath,
Yes, please.
John, you weren't here, June 30th meeting. Just, yeah, he wasn't here, just so you mark it. Yeah, I didn't want you to, yeah, because I
All right,
remember,
we have that. That's corrected.
yeah.
Great. All righty, so this motion is just on the first reading of these resolutions and these policies. May I have a roll call, Irfin?
Mrs. Alvarez,
Yes.
Mrs. Coles,
Yes.
Mr. Miranda,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Record,
Yes.
Mr. Chavez.
Yes.
Yes,
Motion carried.
thank you. Moving on to education, we have items 8/31/2118 through 8/31/2142. May I have a motion, please?
Motion, Rocket.
Second.
Thank
Lisa.
you. Thank you. Any discussion?
Had a question around number 23. It speaks of the junior, senior high school. Should this include the middle school as well?
No, not at this moment, because that's just the high school league only. That is the NJSAIA, so the middle school does not participate in that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Irfin, would you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Alvarez,
Yes.
Mrs. Coles,
Yes.
Mr. Miranda,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Record,
Yes.
Mr. Chavez,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Der.
Yes,
Motion carried.
thank you. Moving on to, excuse me, I'm sorry. Moving on to personnel, 8/31/43. Bear with me, sorry. Do 8/31/74. May I have a motion, please?
Miranda.
Thank you. Second?
Second, Lisa.
Thank you. Any discussion? No discussion? Irfin, would you call the roll, please?
Alvarez,
Yes.
Mrs. Coles,
Yes.
Mr. Miranda,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Record,
Yes.
Mr. Chavez,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Der.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, moving on to finance. We have 8/31/2175 through 8/31/21/108. May I have a motion, please? Thank you. Second?
Second, Idalia.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Kathy, I do. I have one question.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
8/31/21/114, the change order.
Okay.
They don't figure that out before they do the.
Wait.
process?
No.
We didn't get to 114 yet.
Didn't it? I thought that was part of that, no?
No,
Oh,
to
we're moving around. I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're just doing through 108. So
Yep.
hang on to that one for a minute, okay?
Yep.
Any other questions on 75 to 108? No? All right. Irfin, would you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Alvarez,
Yes.
Mrs. Coles,
Yes.
Mr. Miranda,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Record,
Yes.
Mr. Chavez,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Der.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Buildings and grounds, we have resolutions 8/31/21/109 through 8/31/21/117. May I have a motion, please?
Motion, Lisa?
Thank you. Second?
Second, Rocket.
Thank you. Lisa, your question?
Yep, Damon, you know.
So they really couldn't, because they had to open it up, and once they opened it up and they saw the inside is when they found a lot more problems that we had to take care of right
Oh,
away.
okay. All right.
So it was something that could not be predicted. from what their scope of work was when they started.
Very good.
All right, no other questions? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Alvarez,
Yes.
Mrs. Coles,
Yes.
Mr. Miranda,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Reckett,
Yes.
Mr. Chavez,
Yes.
Ms. Van Buren.
Yes,
Motion carried.
thank you. Moving on to the addendum, two resolutions, 8/31/21/118 and 8/31/21/119. Actually, they're two different categories, aren't they? Irvin, do you want me to do them separately or can I do them together?
Let's do separately.
Thank you. Okay, so may I have a motion on 8/31/21/118, please?
Motion, Lisa?
Thank you. Second? Thank you. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Alvarez,
Yes.
Mrs. Coles,
Yes.
Mr. Miranda,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Mrs. Reckett,
Yes.
Mr. Chavez,
Yes.
Ms. Van Buren.
Yes. And thank you. On to 8/31/21/119. May I have a motion, please?
Motion, Lisa?
Thank you. Second?
Second, John.
Okay. Discussion? No discussion? Roll call, please.
Alvarez,
Yes.
Mrs. Coles,
Yes.
Mr. Miranda,
Yes.
Mr. Ortega,
Yes.
Ms. Reckett,
Yes.
Mr. Chavez,
Yes.
Ms. Van Buren.
Yes. All right, moving on to committee reports. I don't believe we have any at this point. Policy meeting did meet, and obviously the policies are there that we have on there tonight. Anything under old business? All right, I do have one item under new business. I was on part of a county meeting before we began tonight. One of the things they announced is that New Jersey School Boards has just completed a draft of their 5th research paper. They've done a number of these research papers with COVID, the road back and so forth that we've all heard about. This new one comes out. The research was on post-pandemic gaps in academic and social emotional learning. They are very proud to announce that they have finished it. It should be online. So board members, you might want to go on and look online. It should be the middle of next week after Labor Day. It is entitled Rebuilding Opportunities for Students. So it might be a good paper for us all to reference. Anybody else on new business? All righty. If we can move back then on to our second hearing of the public, may I have a motion, please?
Miranda.
Thank you. Second?
Idalia.
Thank you. All righty. If anyone has any questions, if you type in Q&A again, please remember to include your name and address. Anyone, Damien?
Yep.
Okay.
Live and in person.
Oh, sorry. Good evening.
I'm here representing a flyer for the fall.
I can't hear.
We're turning the microphone on now.
Yes, I can't hear him. From the
Okay, can you hear
beginning.
me now, Kathy?
Yes, please just start again. I'm sorry.
No problem. Steve Mazzella, 221 Elm Avenue, Bogota, representing the Bogota band parents. We have a flyer for the next upcoming townwide garage sale. I want to make sure, I'm curious on the policy, the school board tries not to have so much paper in the buildings anymore, correct? So how can I distribute these? to the
If
schools?
you give that copy to Mr. Calero, we'll make sure we send it out to the whole district.
Okay,
Nice.
that's all. I like to
That's
have
easy.
some of these for you guys right now.
Great. We do
Thank you,
have,
Steve.
I do have a hand iPhone, it says iPhone user. Please allow yourself, please State your name and address.
George Nunez, 203 Central Avenue.
Yes.
Yes.
So I know that there's been a lot of questions. I know that I've heard some parents talking about why the first day of school is on Friday before a holiday weekend. And I figured that I would ask the question so that hopefully it would get addressed. I'm sure that there's a good reason for it. I don't know what it is. And I'm sure that, a lot of parents would benefit from understanding, why that is and sort of how that came to be. Thank you.
We actually have a calendar committee that meets with the staff. There's a teacher representation, administration, and myself. I know in the past we've done this as well. The idea was getting the kids in for a half a day, especially the younger kids, to get them back and acclimated to coming back into the building. I know I heard, I have not received much. I've only received one email. So I know on Facebook, there's been some people upset about it. It'll be something that I think about next year, maybe not doing, but before we went back into high numbers with the pandemic, the idea was to get everyone back in the building because we haven't been in the building in a long time. So it was a good way to get everyone back and ready to start, but understanding that the holiday weekend might affect some people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yeah, I got Demetrius.
Hi, yes, my name is Idalisa Dimitriades, 43 Pine Street. I don't know if you've mentioned and I just didn't hear it. I just wanted some clarification for the before care. So I understand that there's like an agency that's coming and there's a fee for that cost. But is the the before care that the school is holding still the same as previous years?
Yeah, so we actually had a meeting with them, and then we explained that we do open our doors at 7:30. So they still want to send something out for anybody that wants to drop their kids off at 7, because some people are asking for an earlier time, so that would be the cost. But if your kids are coming in at 7:30, that would not cost you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Any others?
I don't see anything else, Kathy.
All righty, great. In line with no one else coming forward, may I have a motion to close citizens' comments, please?
Motion,
And
Lisa?
Thank you. And a second, do we have that? All righty. All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Thank you. I don't believe we have a need. Mr. Kennedy, okey doke. We don't need an executive session, so I will wish you all a wonderful, long, safe, happy, healthy Labor Day, and may the school year start great. By the way, I went to see St. Joe's. It is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. They all did. I told Nick, I told, Eric, it's incredible. They've all really worked extremely hard. I think the kids are going to be thrilled when they get there. On that note, may I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion to adjourn, and everybody have a great holiday weekend.
Thanks. Second, please.
Second, John.
Thanks, John. All right, everybody, you take care. All in favor?
Aye.
I always forget that part. Any opposed? Thank you. Take care, everybody. Stay well. Sorry, Irfan.